Okay folks, I wanted to put together another little video on an issue you might run into with this with the sales lab. This was an issue that I ran into with my summer students, and so some of you might have it. It has to do with the stains, the potassium permanganate and the methylene blue, and how to use these little spoons with it. So the first thing you're going to have done is you're going to have taken your Agarose and you're going to have melted it in a microwave. Just use short little 30-second bursts and check it to make sure it is melted. Also kind of loosen the lid a little bit so you don't build up any pressure inside. If you don't have a microwave, which I didn't think about this before, but with some of my summer students, they didn't have a microwave at home. The other thing you could do is put some boiling water on the stove and just put this down in the boiling water, and that'll also melt the agar that's inside. So a couple ways you could do that. But once that's melted, you're going to pour it into your Petri dish and allow it to set up. So it's going to take it about 10 or 15 minutes to set up, but once it does, right, it's kind of like a thick jello in there, and you can kind of see it in cross section. Right? So that's kind of what it's going to look like. And then on the bottom of the Petri dish, I've drawn a line to separate the two sides in half. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just use your wax pencil to do that. But the issue has been when using these little plastic spoons, sometimes the methylene blue or the potassium permanganate can get stuck in here, and so you kind of need to be careful with that. Reason being is methylene blue and potassium permanganate are really good dyes. If you get it on you, or if you get it on your bar or whatever, it's going to be there for a while. It's not going to hurt you necessarily, but they're really good at what they do, and so you kind of need to try to avoid getting it everywhere as much as you can. But the easiest way I would do it is just kind of gently open it. Try not to shake these too much. You don't want to get a bunch of excess powder in the lids, because that could cause you some problems too. So I just set that lid upside down on the table, and then you're just kind of wanting about half a scoop out of each one. And so that's kind of what I've got here. It's just about half a scoop, right? So not much. And so then the trick is, sometimes it wants to stick, so let me turn the camera down here a little bit. And so all I'm doing is taking this, you're probably hearing my email notifications by the way, sorry about that. Is I'm just going to take this spoon and try to get as close to the agar as I can and just gently turn it over until it falls out like that. And then I kind of want it all together, so if you want to just maybe tap it down a couple of times, just gently to kind of smooth it out, but that's about all you want to do there, and don't mess with it too much after that. Then I'm just going to do the exact same thing with the potassium permanganate on the other side. Alright, so just get a little bit out. The potassium permanganate is a little easier to work with because it's a little more coarse. It's not quite as sticky. Right, so I'm just going to pour it out in a big clump. Right. And so you can see even mine's a little messy there, maybe a little messier than I would typically want. But you're just working with what you've got. Right? And so what we're going to do now is we're going to see how that diffuses out in the agar, and see which one diffuses the furthest, the quickest. Right? So that's kind of how to do that part of the lab. Try to keep it off of you. Try not to get it all over you. Try not to get it on your clothes, on your dog, on your counter, any of those types of things. Because once you do that, it's going to be there for a while. So if you have any questions about the lab, let me know. Maybe I can put together some more videos like this and help you out.